Right, recap time for UFC 117. Do you know, I do believe it was a very good card. Turned out very nicely indeed. I think that a lot of people, including myself, thought that Ben Saunders would manage to beat Dennis Hallman. But Dennis Hallman came back and won. I think also that there are a certain amount of people on the on YouTube and indeed on the forums that didn't think that Matt-Hughes would be able to beat Ricardo Almeida. I think that a lot of people, including the people who did think that he would win, did not see a stoppage, much less by submission in the first round. According to Sherdog, Ricardo Almeida has never been finished by submission before. And this was some sort of modified choke that he went unconscious to in the first round, after, in fact, a strike. So, you know, I think the main problem has been twofold, really. There's a certain aspect of Matt-Hughes that has been around since sort of 2004, and that's his promotion of Christianity, and a lot of people don't like that. They simply don't like him. So they will revel in things that, you know, mistakes that he makes, or, you know, problems that happen to him. And I think a lot of what you see online is just pure, you know, hatred. They are literally just trolls and haters. I think the other aspect of people is one that has sort of morphed out of his losses to GSP and the fact that he hinted he might retire. I think that a lot of people think his days of holding a title are over and could never be repeated, and the reason they think this is because of his two losses in best out of three to GSP. I think further compounded on that is Thiago Alves, and people have basically wiped him out of contendership because he lost to Thiago Alves at UFC 85. What they don't take into consideration is that the majority of people lose to GSP. That's nothing particularly special. I think the other thing that they forget is that Thiago Alves has a history of not making weight. In fact, I don't think he made weight last night. So there's that, which has, I think, compounded it. People have basically ruled him out. The third thing that I think has worked on people is that he did hint after the Thiago Alves match, and possibly around the Matt Serra match as well, that retirement was, you know, either imminent or certainly on the ball. And a lot of people have basically said, you know, reduced him now to not being a threat in their minds because of those three things. The truth is, of course, that he's as active and probably as dangerous now as he was before. I'm sure age is catching up with him, it catches up with everybody, but I don't think that people should suddenly just, you know, forget him. You know, there was a lot of people who said, oh, he didn't lose the Serra fight, it was a bum decision. There's a lot of people who said, you know, actually his striking isn't well improved. It's only because the last Gracie he fought was so rubbish on his feet. You know, what are they going to say now about the fact that he has choked out an associate of the Gracies here in the first round in a pretty dominant fashion? He didn't coast it to decision, which is something that they would, you know, probably say. He took out somebody who was legitimate, who was for real, who was possibly one of his biggest challenges, most legitimate fight, I think, probably since, you know, Little or Chris Little or GSP. I think that this has been, you know, this, you can't claim that this is not legitimate. And I think that there are people that basically now should notice that they have followed this sort of mindset, which has been rather misleading them into thinking that Matt-Hughes is past his prime and can't possibly win again, when actually that's not true, and I think he's proving it. The only other thing I would say is that I do think that Anderson Silva has been well rewarded. He was given Fight of the Night on top of the winner's bonus, and he was also given a version of the Submission of the Night award, which also went to Matt-Hughes. I think it's alright to reward him for good behaviour, and he did show up and he did fight. And credit to Chael Sonnen, he nearly won. And I hope that although I do believe it was a legitimate stoppage due to the fact that he tapped out, and I wouldn't dispute that, although I've heard some online dispute that as well. But I hope that this reward and the fact that people can, that Chael Sonnen did speak total shit and to a large extent backed it up. He came this close to winning the belt by decision. We shouldn't forget that. I don't think he necessarily needs to eat crow over this. I think people should worry about this, and I think Anderson Silva should worry about this, and he should notice and use this as inspiration to fight like he used to when he first gained the title. Hopefully this motivates him, and there we are. I did quite well in my my picks. Not as well as some, but I did sufficiently well to put my mind at ease, certainly, after the devastating couple of predictions that I've had over the recent events. So there we are.